Here's 3 things I don't think you should be doing as a grown-ass man. Let's get right into it. Number 1 is having asthma. Nigga, just breathe. You 25 years old and you ain't outgrow that shit yet? Talking about, anybody see my asthma pump? Bro can't handle air. As a grown man. Lock in.
I've never seen a generation act like turning 20 is even near the same thing as being uncle or auntie. Every day is somehow considered weeks or something. A lot of Gen Z will be 21 saying, I'm old, my life is already over, or they'll be confused on their own situation since this age looked very different in past generations. I think this idea of lateness and being behind is so commonly pushed that the second we reach these ages, they feel way bigger than what they actually are because of the fast-paced everything we're a part of. Meanwhile, we still got boomers out here running marathons, running businesses, and looking the same age as some of y'all. I don't exactly understand the obsession with age or why there was ever a rush to age, considering for most of new adults, being an adult is more expensive than it's ever been. The obsession is deeper than age. We know with how big social media has gotten, it's so easy to compare nowadays. Whether it's a kid flexing money online or half your peers farming LinkedIn likes and comments. And this is the usual source of all these damn issues, the phones. But getting on any media timeline at any point in the day can expose you to every horror of the world and every peak at the same time. You never know what you're gonna see in the next scroll, and for most of us, I think we perceived our 20s as peak life and being able to just relatively do the things that we wanted to do. If you're only 20 and you're able to do that, shout out to you, but this gotta be the most triggering and rigorous time of any of our lives, and we're literally aging at twice the speed. There's also this fear of wasting your life. I think there are numerous distractions and depravities meant to keep us in this state of existing and not really living. Most of us were fed this idea that you can accomplish a lot, but not without a lot of struggle. And since most of Gen Z is starting to see that, most people are stuck at a crossroads. We all need to survive in this corrupt world, and there's this idea sold to us that we damn near have to work our souls out our asses to accomplish the bare minimum. And if you don't change it, you'll spend your best years grieving the fact that you're alive. Social media turned life into a scoreboard, and we know who controls the media now. So you may see someone graduate at 22, or a kid who graduated at 6 years old with like a master's, or someone who made 6 figures by 24, or a teenager who did it at 16, or someone getting married at 26. And I don't even think marriage is any more popular than it ever has been, but the constant idea is that if you're hitting these checkpoints, you feel behind even if you're doing good in life or fine in life. And I think I'm wired in a weird way because I can have everything going so well for me, be okay, and still feel like that's not enough. Maybe that's a whole other topic, but my personal opinion is that nothing lasts forever. Even the things you own aren't really your own things. I think a perfect example was the other day I made a post. I got a video taken down for child safety, and if you watch my videos, come on, bro, y'all know I was not doing nothing to no kids, bro. They trying to make me look like F. Nah, but in all seriousness, the video in question was me telling y'all about the high school experience, and there was no child anything in the video, and they still took it down. And that's such a small analogy, but it can really show you that you could do nothing wrong and be penalized for just... Most of these social media feeds are fake, overly privileged, and sometimes just pure luck, or funded by, parents' money. Gen Z doesn't fear age, we just fear being late. I'll find myself non-stop pondering this reality, and I don't even have a fix for it myself because I be preparing for the worst. It's easy to say you're not behind in life because we technically aren't, and I don't think it's even about chasing highlights, but wanting the ability to live without a sense of impending doom, without that overbearing concern of the littlest thing setting us back. Because you'll see people end up sacrificing everything, including themselves, to scrape any bit of peace in life. For all of Gen Z, we grew up online. Older generations compared themselves to people in their freaking town. Their best person in town was the guy who became sheriff or something. We've been comparing ourselves to the entire planet daily in 1080p. There's this thing that youth equals value, and they sold that to the masses. Beauty culture was able to sell anti-aging to teens, and I always bring it back to these looks maxers because they're willing to risk it all to look good for a sliver of time. Dating culture even treats youth like a currency. You'll be called too old for doing this or too young to be doing that. We got a guy on TikTok doing a whole series of things grown men shouldn't do. You is not the godfather of grown men, Unc. How about grown-ass men shouldn't be doing car videos about men? Nah, I'm trolling. But even with the whole Unc and Auntie lingo, I know someone, she was getting called that in one of her classes by some freshmen in college. Everything already feels expensive and unstable, and most of us haven't even got to suffer in this Hunger Games apocalyptic job market yet. When the future feels shaky, we got this collective panic, like I have to make it now, or I can't waste time, and that is exhausting. This obsession causes people to rush relationships. You'll see people start playing house before they even got their first stable set of income, or just to not be alone. Some people will be hating their life while they're still building it. They will be their own biggest hater, and whole time it's a motherfucker hating on you harder. Some people don't accomplish nothing till 30 or 40. It may not look like everything's gonna last that long, but if you're gonna be in this lived experience, you can't be scared or stressed all the time. There is no age limit. All of this is just a construct. Too many people are quitting early because they think they missed their window of opportunity. They be treating learning like it's embarrassing after 21, or failure after 21 is like a humiliation ritual. And it cycles into this weird identity crisis where you don't even live your own age. You're 20 years old mourning 30 like it's a funeral, or reminiscing when you were younger and you felt like you had the whole world in your hands. The reality is that a fear of getting older dismisses your ability to be young because you're not going to be present. Living in the future will reflect in your everyday life. Most real success comes late. Most real confidence doesn't get built until you fail a few hundred times on the way up. If you knew you were 50 fails or 25 fails away from winning, would you stop, or would you pump the gas to fail as fast as possible so that you can win? Aging is literally you leveling up if you let it. It's proof you survive, learned, and have more control than you used to. When you played video games, you wanted to level up to unlock the new rewards, but you need experience in order to do so. Your age is not an excuse. It's no more this I'm too old to start, or you're too young to be taken serious, because that's what they want you to believe. That's how they keep you small. There's no perfect work. You simply just haven't started yet. You don't need more skills. You can unlock that along the way. Build a personal schedule, document every success and progress that you make, and watch as this list and efforts builds up, because there's no way you could put everything into growing and don't grow. We all want comfort and peace, but in the times we're living, nothing has changed, and you still need to create that for yourself. And don't feed yourself BS goals like I need to be successful by 25. It's possible, of course, but start with things that you can guarantee. Most of us are doing things that we hate doing, and we won't get this time back. I hope when Gen Z gets old, they interview the minds that fell victim to this doomer life. The only people in this life who will win early are the people who keep working when no one's cheering for them. Getting older is not the problem. The problem is letting the internet convince you that your worth has already expired. You're not too late. It's just time to wake up. This existence does not have to be insufferable or draining all the time. You gotta ignite that flame that gives you your spark. Amen. See you soon.
Quick intermission, go follow the Instagram. I'm responding to all DMs. Send me your video ideas at Todd Slim. Bye now.
Wow, that was so powerful.
Going down.
Academy Award.
Dude, I'm playing Fortnite, dude. I got my goddamn my pizza rolls already. I got a new girlfriend. Shit, it's amazing right now.
East and the west, racking up on my bread.